Welcome to Sports Geek Throwback. Here's your host, the sports geek himself, Sean Callanan.
G'day, I am Sean Callanan from Sports Geek, and welcome to Sports Geek Throwback, where I pick out the best bits from the Sports Geek podcast archive. For this week's Sports Geek Throwback, I go back to episode 312 with David Payne, published back in November 2022. David Payne is now the Senior Technology Strategist, Athletics IT at the University of Oklahoma, Information Technology. He's been with the University of Oklahoma for 20 years. Remember, if you need help with your digital marketing or sponsorship teams, please get in touch. That is what we do in applying the digital to dollars process to help your team build revenue. In this throwback episode, David and I discuss embracing digital transformation in college sports. Remember, you can listen to the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com/312.
The last couple of years have thrown some challenges to everyone. I think one of the departments that has shouldered a lot of the load has been IT, as there's been these shifts in how people are engaging and how technology's played a part. Work from home trends and social distancing. Talk to us about what that pivot was, what that pressure was like from an IT department and infrastructure point of view.
That's a great question, and for me as a technical, infrastructure focused professional, there was a lot of effort around making sure we are able to work without compromising certain security standards. All of a sudden, the devices are no longer on our domain, in our buildings, connecting to some of the resources. The data that we have is being accessed from remote places. And we still had, at that point, quite a few data repositories that were on premises versus in the cloud. And so coming up pretty quickly with approaches, systems, protocols, processes that allowed us to make that pivot so that people could continue to work remotely. Everything from, the non-sexy, non-glamorous, spinning up a VM server and setting up virtual desktops so that people could, even if they didn't have a piece of hardware at home other than their own personal laptop, they just were able to pull up a web page and it was like they were working on a university machine. People will probably be tired of hearing me talk about our Wi-Fi project, but when we did start to come back and everything had gone, there was this pivot to make everything digital. I think, that was a paradigm shifting event that everybody was talking about to that point. But the pandemic actually kind of
it forced the change, accelerated the change. Because everyone's like, we should do this. It's like, well, guess what? No one's here. No one's in the buildings anymore. We actually have to do it. I think it was partly that, but then also, the fact that everyone, there's a lot of people working from home, and especially for the hands-on people, like they couldn't do the hands-on work. So it actually freed up like them mentally to go, I've had these things on my list of things to do for a long while. I can't do these ones that are highly hands-on, operational, collaborative. I have to be in the same room. So they started tackling some of those other ones and looked at technology. So, I'm a glass half full type of guy, and I sort of like there was a lot of projects like that sort of kicked off.
I think it helped spark what we like to call digital transformation for a lot of people. Digital transformation is not just getting all your paper files digitized and stored in some cloud repository. It's a lot more detailed than that in its purest form. And the pandemic really forced a lot of people to start moving that way. And for us too, the pandemic and the supply chain issues that came up. Even if we could get hardware to put in the hands of people to work at home, which in a lot of cases, we couldn't if they already had hardware by making some of those changes and shifting to a VDI environment.
I mean, yeah, there would have been IT policies and security things that you'd have to go, well, it would have been really hard and fast 3 years ago, but either we cannot get the hardware, you just can't physically order it. That person still needs to be able to do their job. All of these things, so it became a bit more flexible, but still you've got to, one, protect your data, protect your customers.
If you like this Sports Geek Throwback episode, please check out the full episode at sportsgeekhq.com. Please share Sports Geek with your sports business colleagues. We appreciate you sharing. We love working with podcast listeners. Please get in touch so we can help your team. Go to sportsgeekhq.com/phone call. All Sports Geek episodes are available at sportsgeekhq.com and all podcast platforms.